And we're on.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I think we're on. I hope we're on. Can everybody hear me? It doesn't say that it's on yet here on mine. So can everybody hear me? Can anybody see me? Well, good morning. Anyways, I hope you can see me. I hope you can hear me. It says post publicly. So let me just see. I don't even know what that means. So good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Practice to Success Show. And I've got a great treat for you today. Oh my gosh, I got a wonderful show. But first, I just want to say welcome to everybody who's here. I want to say welcome to Christi. Christi was our co-host yesterday. She did an awesome job. Let me get some C's in that sideline over there for Christi, because she did such a wonderful job. Yes, I really appreciate Christi coming in yesterday. She was amazing. So, Christi, welcome for coming here. Welcome, Len. Welcome, Chris. Welcome, the TNTTTT girls. Tanya. Tara, thank you for coming in. Craig, thank you for being here. There's people are popping in now as we speak here. Thank you so much. A few other people are just popping in right now. But anyways, I got a wonderful guest today. Our guest today has been somebody I've known for several years. I've actually followed this person because of his postings on Facebook. Just like memes, these sort of little memes where people just create little cool little memes, and they're usually always meaningful, very spiritual, very spiritually based. And it's a fella, he's actually a monk, been a monk for 35 years. He's an author, wrote a couple of books. And I didn't really know much about him other than I said, well, this guy, he just seems like really spiritual, really deep, really cool. So just recently I reached out to him, wasn't too long ago. I followed him, but I just reached out to him recently and got to know him a little bit better. And we actually had a chat like this for about an hour and a half the other day, just so we could, get the technical things out. But then it was going to be just for a few minutes, but we ended up talking like for an hour and a half about all sorts of spiritual things. But Vincent Cole is here today, and he's going to tell us, well, hopefully you guys have hope you have some. Oh, somebody said they can't see something, Tanya. Oh, maybe she can anybody else hear me? I just want to make sure everybody can hear me and see me. Okay, I think they can. I think they just told her to refresh. So yeah, so just if you can't, well, no sense of me giving instructions if you can't hear anything or see anything. But anyway, so Vincent, welcome so much. Thank you so much for being here today. I know that this was kind of a stretch for you, so thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, this is not something I normally do. I'm very private. Haven't in more than 10 years. So here I am. Let's see what happens. It's that once in a blue moon thing.
And that's how we said we were going to do it today. Instead of having like a bunch of questions, we said let's just see what happens. Let's just see how everything flows. So I'm going to start off with a question. I'm going to start off with a question about the monkhood, the monk thing. And I already asked him about this, and he said he doesn't wear it when he goes outside because he gets too many questions. But do you wear that, or is that? Are you part of a religious group, a religious sect? Or what is tell us about your monkhood. Can you hear it, Vincent? Vincent, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Am I the one that's going out? Because Vincent appears frozen.
It's freezing up a bit, but that's
yes, it is. Yep, I can hear you now, though.
Hear me?
I can hear you. But you keep freezing a little. I don't know if it's. They said they can hear me. Can you guys hear it and see? Yes, Vincent. I think it's on your end. Maybe you can refresh, Vincent. Maybe you can refresh or even come back in. You know what I'll do, Vincent? Vincent, why don't you log out? I'm gonna send Vincent. I don't know if you can hear me, Vincent. Maybe,
Let me come back in. Hold on.
Yeah, come back in. And then in the meantime, I'll just talk about what I know about Vincent. Let him try to come back in. And if you can't, send me a message on Facebook. Well, of course, you can't hear me now, but yeah, it must be anyway. So for just the other day, I said, okay, we're gonna just, because he's kind of didn't really want to come out here and do this. He said he's not that kind of a guy to get publicity, even though he's an author. He's just not the kind of guy to go out there and say, hey, no, there, I think he's pop. There you are. You're back in.
I'm back in. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe this will be better.
Okay. Good morning, Terry. Thank you. Terry is one of the TTNTT girls, TNT girls, so TTNTT. So those ladies are here this morning. So yeah, Vincent, so tell us about your clothing.
My clothing. Anyway, the group was an outgrowth of a prayer meditation group that was in California, and several of us wanted to have a deeper commitment to our spiritual path. And before we knew it, it was almost like it was upon us before we realized what we would do. We ended up taking vows as monks, and we called ourselves Community of the Sacred Heart. At first, we didn't let anyone know we were monks. It was just a guidance in our own lives, but it led to a lot of misunderstandings and people making assumptions that we decided, all right, be much easier who we are and what we're about. We do have robe. When I do my monk work, I wear my monk uniform. I used to wear it more often in public, but something as simple as going to the store would take hours because people want to stop and talk, and I don't mind. But
you're going in and out, Vincent, quite a bit. You're frozen up here again. Maybe try to go back out and try to come back in again. I don't know if you can hear me, Vincent, but yeah, maybe attempt to go back out and come back in again. I can even send you a different link if that would work. But right now you're frozen on the screen. So so what he was saying, if you didn't hear that, Vincent was saying he would wear his not the costume but his garb when he would go out in public, but then people would ask him questions a lot. So it got to be a point where maybe you don't want to always ask questions. It's like we had a fella on here last week, Fantastic Frank Johnson. Fantastic Frank Johnson has a speech problem because he was caught in a fire years ago, and then when they tried to he was actually took him out in a body bag. When he revived him, they hurt his vocal cords, his larynx, when he attempted to revive him. But his intellect is there. He's an author. He's a speaker, but he speaks. It's very difficult. You're right, Christi. He really was awesome. But he came up with a term. He came up with a cool term. I love the terms that people have. Like they come up with in the show. He said, "Is the juice worth the squeeze?" And what he meant by that is, people ask him about his voice. Why is your voice like? Are you drunk? Are you mentally retarded or different things? Not to make fun of anybody that's mentally retarded by any means. It's just but he would get questions all the time. So he would rather not go and explain his whole life because it would take too long. The energy that it would take for him to go out there and to try to explain it was just too much. So he came up with the term, "Is the juice worth the squeeze?" And just talking about coming up with cool terms like Christi said yesterday, a river of blessings. That was so cool. And she came up with, like the little green fairy, talking about the little green drinks that we have first thing in the morning. You're back, Vincent. Let's see if this works for you.
It might be my
It might be, yeah, because it was like real. It was going like real slow. But if we have you, let's tell more. You're talking about the group of men that you made your this vow with, and I think you're still having the connection problem, the connection issue. Now, yeah, the little green fairy. Yeah, so I hope we can get that connection. But anyways, even if this doesn't work too well today because he's obviously having a problem with his internet connection, Vincent did say that he will come back again, and hopefully maybe we can even make this a kind of a sort of a regular thing. It's really interesting. Like I said the other day, he's popped up on two things here. Okay, you got two things going, Vincent. You got two programs going on right there. Maybe trip one off or something.
There's two.
You got two of them up there. Maybe shut one down. That's probably stealing your bandwidth. Yeah, you see, I see him up there twice. So maybe Vince, if you can hear me, just shut one of those down. There you go. There's one down. Yep, I can hear you a little bit now.
That's not.
Mm-hmm. Tanya said, "Sweet, now she can see, but there's nothing to see other than just me ranting because poor Vincent can't have a hard time getting in here. Trust me, he has a lot to say. We were only going to speak for for a few minutes just to check the audio and visual just the other day, but we ended up speaking for almost 2 hours. I was asking all sorts of questions. I was asking him questions about sex. You know, I mean, here's one you probably want to know because he took a vow of chastity. He's probably younger than I am, but and also another thing I want to share with you that he probably would share. He's back now. You back there, Vincent? Some of the things that he's done. There he is. Can you hear me, Vincent? But he had quite a career doing a lot of extracurricular activities, jobs, and things like that. One of the things that he did when he was young, he was an exotic dancer. Now you know what that is. So an exotic dancer is you're basically a stripper. So Vincent was a stripper, and he told a story about one time he was giving a seminar or something in front of a group of people, and one lady was sitting way far in the back there. And he said, no, you come up and sit next to me. But she felt embarrassed. She said she almost didn't feel worthy. Okay, I hear you a little bit there. She said that she didn't feel worthy to beat her. And then he said, well, what's wrong? She said, well, this because of the job that I'm doing. He said, what do you do? She said that she's a stripper. And he said, well, I used to be one too. But it totally made her feel better. But here's this guy sitting there who's got the robe, got the monk garb on, and she said she feels unworthy. She felt bad because she's a stripper, and he just totally said, I used to be one too. So it's like, how could you relate? I mean, that's amazing to be able to relate to somebody like that. Anyways, we're having a lot of problems here with the connection. It's got to be his internet connection. He's back here again at one point. I was never good looking.
I'm back in time
to do it. I see you now, Vincent.
This worked so well the last time. So quickly, before I get booted out again, what do you want to talk about? Maybe I'm not supposed to do this.
It could be something like that. I already spilled the beans about you being a stripper, though. So.
Oh, good. So was Tanya.
I told a little story about how you made a lady feel very at ease because she told you that she was a stripper.
Yeah. She was in my meditation group, and someone had brought her along. She tried hiding in the corner and all that, and I said, no, you sit next to me. I'm going to have right up front. And just casually asked her, well, so what do you do? And she goes, stripper. Seems to be one. And then people all looked at me like, what is he saying? I said, why, you think I always look like this? I used to be young and good looking.
That's funny.
Yeah, but it's an interesting experience.
Yeah, we're still having a lot of connection problems, though, Vincent. And, yeah, maybe it's meant to be for whatever reason. So I don't know.
What? It's not working.
Everybody keeps losing you all the time. You keep going out. So it must be your connection, your internet connection.
Not meant to be.
Would anybody like to come over and join us over here? Tanya, would you like to come over? Tanya's actually going to be my co-host next week. With next week, one of my guests next week is going to be Daniel Winiger. Daniel Winiger is the chief financial officer of Asante Organics. You always see us drinking all these green drinks here and stuff like that. He's both brothers own Asante Organics. Tanya goes to school for that stuff. She's also she said she's in her jammies. All right. But do you have any other tabs open, Vincent? Do you have any other tabs open on your browser? Make sure you can turn all those things off. But anyway, so Tanya's going to come in and help me co-host that day because she actually works at a health food store and she goes to school for nutrition. So she's going to come in and help me next week during that one. But yeah, so Craig asks if you have other tabs open up there, like on your computer. If you do, close those things. Sometimes you might have YouTube or something like that, and you have something else open. But make sure you shut those things down if you do. Because right now you're still kind of frozen right there. Good morning, Nicole. How are you? But anyway, so yeah, so next week, so that's gonna be really good hi Tammy, welcome. All the TTNT girls are here today, so that's pretty cool and pretty awesome. Yeah, this would have been an amazing show today, but he'll come back in again. We will get Vincent in here again. Sometimes I have little openings where there's nobody scheduled, and so what we'll do, we'll bring him in there because he has so much value to share. Trust me in that one. He's got so many questions that I still want to ask him. I wanted to find out more about the whole celibacy chastity issue. Okay, you're back again with two people there, Vincent. And if anybody's ever read Think and Grow Rich, if anybody's ever read that book, and one of the chapters talks about sexual transmutation. And so what is sexual transmutation? That's using the energy. I did, Len. Everything was fine. So yeah, sexual transmutation is where you take the energy that you would be spending on sex and you put it into something else. You channel it. Right, Vincent? Can you hear me right now?
Right. Think of the first chakra where the sexual energy is. And think of it as a furnace, a power engine, or a generator that helps to give power to it's a very good energy for healing someone's physical and base chakra to energize whatever else energy you're getting to make corrections. One of the practices some of us have, some of us monks had in the beginning is because of that sexual energy, which, you know, you don't want to suppress it. So what do? Well, one of the brothers came up with this technique when you start feeling that rumbling in the groin, so to speak, or that desire, you start channeling it up to the
We're having really, really bad connection, Vincent. It's like it's not even can't even really hear you at all. You hear like every couple of words or something pops out. I hope people can hear me. I don't. I'm pretty sure you can. But what we'll have to do, Vincent, we'll probably just have to schedule another time. He said, Terry said it makes music when he talks. It is. Yeah. So what we'll probably have to do, Vince, we'll probably have to do is schedule another time. Come in. We'll make sure. I mean, I know your internet was working fine right before we came on here and stuff like that too. Everything was working fine. Maybe it just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is right there. But he's talking about the chakras, about the energy, you know, about the energy, the sexual energy. And I'm not advocating becoming celibate. That's not something. Some people go through that because of, you know, illness, sickness. It could be a choice. We even talked about we even talked about the whole issue with Catholic priests, and whether he thought that it was a good idea for them to be that way, because some people say it's unnatural to be like that. And he said, well, because first of all, obviously he's going to be a little biased in his opinion because he is living a life like that, took a vow of chastity. So his opinion is, when you're talking about like Catholic priests who do it, and some people say that it's unnatural, is that, you know, if you do that, you're going to devote yourself. If you can totally get into it, you're not going to devote yourself to a family or something else. Your main priority, your main goal is going to be for your congregation, for the people that you are serving. All right, so you're back there, Vincent. Excuse me. I need more greens or blues. Can you?
Well, I don't know what's wrong. It keeps freezing and going in and out. Maybe it's my internet connection, or maybe the universe is telling me don't do this.
Yeah, that's
I'm a technical dinosaur. It's the first time I've ever used this cam, so.
Well, this is the same one we had before, though, right?
Everything's the same.
Yeah.
It could be just,
like you said, maybe the universe is trying to say this is not the time. You know, it's like, that's why, like, Jesus didn't perform any miracles until the wedding at Cana.
either that or they're gremlins here.
It's a what?
Maybe there are gremlins trying to interfere.
There's probably little green fairies.
Yes. Before it all fades out again, let me we don't have much more time, do we?
No.
Sorry, everybody. I was hoping to have a nice conversation and answer any questions that you had. I have one message, and only one message, and everything stems from that. There is more to life than what we've been led to believe. And if we could just break through our own mindset, as I had to break through mine, because I didn't start out being a monk. I never thought this was ever going to happen to me. It was never on my bucket list. I just had these experiences that my whole life in the direct expected. And it came to the point where I had to say yes to it or no to it. And I said yes. And I had to be possibilities that yes would bring me. So it's a matter about, I've learned to be more open about life, more open about reality, and most importantly, more open about who I am. and who other people are. So that's pretty much all I really have to say. And everything I write and everything I talk about and everything I share really just comes from that simple message. There really is more to life. There's more, and we could all experience it. We just have to let go of the thought patterns that keep us from experiencing it.
One of the phrases that Wayne Dyer would always use all the time would be to let go and let God.
Thank you, Terry and Lisa.
How do you interpret that phrase, let go and let God? I think
in a certain direction, I will put the effort into it, and then I let go and what you do. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the effort is there, but you put the effort in as well. So it's not like you're just like, okay, just don't do anything, let go and let God. You are putting the effort in.
Right. It's that saying that God feeds the birds, but he doesn't throw the seed in their nest.
I love that. I love that. That's pretty cool. God feeds the birds, but he doesn't put the seed in their nest.
The disappearing monk, yeah, I come and go.
The disappearing monk.
They used to call us kamikaze monks. We kind of hit and run.
Everything happens for a reason, though. Everything happens for a reason. So, yeah, so the best. How can people get a hold of you, Vincent? The monk's book, is that the best way to get a hold of you? .com?
That and Facebook, monksbook.com, or contact me on Facebook.
Okay.
I suppose I could put my here. I don't mind putting my email.
Tammy wants to know. I get your message, Tammy. He'll definitely be back for sure. He was going to come back even if we had a full show. He was good. He said he would come back.
What?
Or just whenever you bring the subject of sex up, it gets people going. It's funny. But anyways, yeah. So we will definitely continue. Okay, Hermit's Door at Gmail. That's how you can get a hold of him. But I will put all of his information in when I put out the blog today and the video. I put out when the replay comes up, I take this video and I edit it and I put his information inside the video. If you go to my YouTube channel, at the very bottom down there, I always put their information. The bottom of the description is the information that you can always get a hold of. Whoever I put in, like yesterday, you can find Christi's information. I'll usually leave it in a comment below as well. And I encourage you to go to the YouTube channel when you see the replay a little bit later on this afternoon. Leave some comments down there on the YouTube channel for Vincent for the show. Even though the show is a little garbled,
you're gonna put this on YouTube?
It's on every video. Every one I do is on YouTube. So
oh my God.
Your name will be up there now too. So people from all over the world will be finding you. Andy the Guru of Fiesta Island will be finding you.
What people here can't find me. I keep disappearing.
The disappearing monk will definitely. I love that. I love that. Called you the disappearing monk.
Yes.
I wonder if
real?
it is available at disappearingmonk.com.
My computer generated.
Hashtag the disappearing
Maybe
monk.
I'm not real.
That's cool.
Yeah, the ectoplasm isn't working.
So we are out of time right now. So but tomorrow a lady is going to be coming on here, Debbie Hampton. She's got a wonderful blog out there called The Best Brain Possible. Debbie tried to commit suicide some years back because she had depression. She had really obviously very severe depression. She attempted to kill herself. She got brain damage as a result. So messed up her voice. So her voice was kind of screwed up because that's what happens when you have stroke or brain injury. Sometimes it messes up that part of the brain that controls the vocal cords. So she's going to be on tomorrow. This is going to be I think her first time being out in public, like on a camera like this, but she's got a wonderful blog called The Best Brain Possible. She's got like hundreds of thousands of views all the time. It's incredible. So come and check her out tomorrow. Check out Debbie Hampton. And I will put all of Vincent's information inside of the video today and the blog that I will put out a little bit later on. And reach out to him on Facebook. Find Vincent, reach out to him. He's a disappearing monk of a few words. Sometimes you have to decipher what he says because it's like he speaks in riddles. I'm only kidding. I'm just saying only because of what happened today. But no, reach out to him. He's an awesome guy. So reach out to Vincent. All this information will be inside the video and the blog. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. Thank you, Vincent. I'm sorry we had these technical issues, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again, and there's a reason for that. There's always a reason for that. So go out there, have yourself a great day, filled with positive momentum, because you're awesome. You guys are awesome, and I just really appreciate you. I value everybody for coming here and supporting this show. This gives everybody an opportunity to reach out and meet new people, to see what other people are doing. I mean, how many times do you get a chance to talk to a monk? You know what I mean? I mean, it's pretty cool. So see you guys. Thank you so much for coming. We'll talk to you tomorrow, and when we have Debbie Hampton is on here. So talk to you later. Bye bye.